A lot of people out there will tell you you need some top-notch stuff to be really competitive at Airsoft. I'm here to tell you today that is not true. What's going on, everybody? Novelete here, and welcome to the first episode of Airsoft for Beginners. So, what I have here today with me, guys, is a bunch of things that will make you extremely competitive in Airsoft without breaking the bank at all. And these are all the things you will need for your first time Airsofting. And to be honest, it's not really that much. It's really, really cool. So, let me start off by the first thing that everyone wants to know about is the guns. Now, of course, everyone thinks you need a really good gun, and everyone also thinks that really good guns are really expensive. This is not the case. And I'm here to tell you, if you want to go to the M4 platform or the AK platform, which is obviously the most popular choices, I got a recommendation for both those. Let me start off with the AK platform, which comes in at $90 to $100. So with me here today, I have a CYMA AK-47. Now, keep in mind, these things are upgraded that I'm showing you, so they don't come stock like this, sadly, but this is the gun that you will be getting for around $90. Now, this is a CYMA AK-47, like I just said. This thing shoots great. The barrel starts here and ends up here, so you have a sniper length barrel in this gun, which means extreme accuracy, and it's going to be shooting around 400 FPS. Now, this thing is for outdoor use primarily, unless you want to switch string, but we're talking about your first time airsofting. So this one is mainly for outdoors play. Now, this thing right here, like I said, is shooting 400 FPS. That means the rate of fire is not going to be a lot. The rate of fire is the rate at which BBs come out the barrel. So with a gun like this, you're looking to get around 10 BBs a second on full auto, which still isn't bad, but it's not good compared to other guns. But you only need one BB to get your opponent out in Airsoft, so mainly you want to shoot this thing on semi-auto, which will also keep it more accurate over a sustained amount of time. So if you're looking for a really good outdoors gun, this is it. Full metal construction. Besides this lower receiver right here, after a while it does wear out, but this thing holds up forever. This thing held up 3 years for me. It's a very good gun if you're looking for outdoors AK airsoft. Now, if you want something a little bit more CQB, you're going to want an M4. Now, again, keep in mind, all these things, wow, well, there's some BBs. Keep in mind, these things are upgraded. This one is extremely upgraded, so it does not come like this. But this one is a CYMA CM005. Now, the one I'm holding here is the upgraded full metal version, but the one that you guys would want is the plastic version. That doesn't mean in any way it's worse, it just means the build quality is a little less. But it still holds up great. CYMA does a great job making sure all their polymer guns stay intact for a really long time. So this thing right here is similar to the AK-47 in every way but the body. You're going to be looking at the M4 magazines here, and of course more rail space, and you also have an option for a suppressor. You do have the option for the suppressor on the AK, but you see them more often on an M4. Now this thing is pretty much exactly like the AK, like I said, internally. You're still going to be shooting 10 BBs a second at around 400 to 430 FPS, which isn't bad at all. This will definitely keep you competitive in play. This is the gun I use all the time, and it keeps me on the battlefield the entire game. If you want to check out some of my gameplay, you can see that I survived very long time with this gun. So this is definitely a really good choice if you guys want to go into the M4. Now, you put that aside, again, that was the CM005. So you can find both of those on any airsoft retailer. I'd suggest Airsoft Megastore because it's really easy to get around on their site. Also, another thing that's really important is BBs. It's another incredible simplistic thing that you need while playing airsoft, of course. So, a lot of people will tell you that you need high-grade precision BBs to be effective on the airsoft field. Now this is only true with upgraded barrels. You can pretty much go with any type of airsoft BB you want on the market. For cheap ones, I'd suggest Crosman if you're looking for cheap Walmart brand stuff. Now this is good, and while I'm at it, let me mention, if you're going to get either two of the guns that I just showed you, which I highly recommend if it's your first time, you want 0.25 gram BBs. You're going to want to write that down. A lot of people want to tell you 0.2. You actually want 0.25. It makes your gun way more accurate than it used to be. So 0.25 BBs are definitely the way to go. If you want some really cheap ammo, go to justairsoft.ammo.com, and they bulk buy airsoft BBs, so you can get them at an extremely low price and free shipping. So it's a great deal, justairsoft.ammo.com. It's a lot of information being thrown at you guys at once, but trust me, you follow all my advice, you're going to be extremely competitive on the field. Another thing you guys need is a mask. This is also a must-have for airsoft. Now you see a lot of people running around with helmets and full face gear, stuff like that. You don't really need that. All you need is about this right here. This is a paintball mask. It's JT Paintball. Now this works just fine for airsoft. There will be a foam thing on the top here that you're going to want to remove. But again, you can check all that out on my channel if you have any other questions. But a paintball mask will do just fine. These things are like 15 bucks or even 10 in some places. They're really cheap, and if you remove the foam on them, they stay unfogged for a very long time. Now, one more thing you're going to need is camo, because camo is probably the second most important thing on your gear. Now, sometimes I don't run my camo just because I don't really feel like it, but if it's your first time, camo is definitely going to give you a huge benefit if you're outdoors or indoors in that matter. Now, camo can get pretty expensive online, and there's a really easy way to get around this. Now, pretty much what you're going to do is just go to a Army surplus store or like a Goodwill or something like that. They always have really cheap, like I'm talking dirt cheap, Army military uniforms there that used to be used in the real military, but those people had retired and given their stuff back in. It's a great way to recycle the used clothing that's already been out there, and you get it really cheap. So that's something really cool to do. So let's just get a recap here. I've given you all the tips I can on how to be really competitive. Now, one more thing we're going to do, we're going to add all this up and see what your budget is going to be. Now, I'm going to do the worst case scenario on your budget. So this is going to be the most you will spend on both platforms. So let's start out with the AK platform. Right here, this gun right here ranges from $90 to $100 depending on where you get it. Now, I'm going to say we got this for $100, okay? Let's say we got the AK for $100. We're going to get, let's just say, one jar of these, which is about $10, $15. So let's say 115. A mask, 130. And of course, you always have your high cap magazines for both guns. Now, if you want to save a lot of money, get a high capacity magazine. It's got that rattle to it, but it's not a huge giveaway when you're actually out playing. So that's definitely something good to do. Get a high capacity magazine. So you have that, so you don't need to buy any more magazines. So your total loadout, wait, let's not forget our camo. That's going to add, I'd say, maybe $40 to $50 on an entire set of camo. So let's just add that up. That's under $200, guys. So, yeah, that's a great loadout for under $200, and you're getting all the things you need along with a great, accurate gun that's going to get you really competitive. Now, if you're wanting to go into the M4 world, it's going to be a little bit more expensive, like I stated previously. These things are about $130. So if you have a little bit more money in your wallet, you're looking around a $205 budget for your entire kit. Now, trust me guys, this isn't bad at all. Considering how some people pay for their stuff, this is a great deal. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, make sure to leave a like button. If you have any questions regarding other things that you may need, put them down in the comment section and I'll be sure to answer them within a couple days. So that's it for me today, guys. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.